Hi, I'm Olivia Calderon with the New America Foundation here in Los Angeles in the office of Councilman Richard Alarcon, who has just, has taken the leadership to make LA the first city in the nation that adopts the Banking Development District program that's a proven model in New York. And so I want to know why. Why, Councilman Alarcon, are you doing this in LA? Why is this important to you? Why have you taken the leadership and put so much effort behind this cause?
Well, I think the financial crisis has really spurred on this effort because so many people realize that financial literacy is a critical problem in today's world that contributed greatly to the foreclosure crisis, the economic downturn, but it continues to be a problem, and that is not amongst the priorities that you've seen in terms of policymakers. I believe that we have an opportunity to look at the current economic situation, understand it better, and build for a better future, and part of that means that our population has to be much more financially literate. We have 300,000 people in Los Angeles, the city, that do not use banking institutions. They don't have an ATM card, they don't have a checking account, and if you're going to navigate through life in a normal way, in a way that we would like to think captures the American dream, you certainly have to use financial institutions and banking institutions. So if you do use them, then you're likely to be vulnerable to fraud, and that's exactly what happened in our economic reality of the last 5 years. So as we move forward, I'm hoping to stimulate amongst the municipalities, not just in Los Angeles but throughout the nation, a need to establish financial literacy as part of their fundamental agenda, and including locating banking institutions in neighborhoods that have not had those opportunities, not because they don't want to use banks, but because the banks don't choose those communities.
Right.
So we can use our deposits to incent banks to go into communities that otherwise they might not choose.
Councilman Alarcon, when this was created in 1998 in New York State and then expanded in New York City, credit unions were not included. It was just banks were eligible for deposits to go open up in a low-income community. Why have you included credit unions in your ordinance?
Well, I used to be a member of a credit union. I actually have a small bank credit union account along with a bank account, and I can't make a distinction, to tell you the truth, between the two in terms of the daily life function. So whether it's a checking account or savings account or a home loan or a car loan, it's all about the same to me in terms of the transactions and the level of understanding that you have to have. So I see absolutely no reason that credit unions should be excluded from that opportunity. They provide the same kinds of resources on a day-to-day consumer need basis that banks do.
Great. So all your partners here around the table, we're really excited about what you're doing. What do you see as the next step, and how can we help you make this a reality in LA?
Well, the first thing we have to do is map out where the districts will be, and then we have to devise strategies to encourage banks and credit unions and independent banks in particular to see what kind of interest they have. So we have to continue to spread the word. Once this ordinance gets passed, we need to spread the word about the opportunity, and I think banks will come and they will help guide us through what their needs are in terms of moving them in that direction. In fact, some have already indicated a willingness to do that. Mostly large banks actually are talking about how to extend their branch locations, but it also boils down to things like ATM opportunities and other things. So I want to encourage people to step forward, banks, credit unions, to step forward with us to tell us how we should devise this model. But then for some communities we will specifically target and see what we can do to encourage where there are the least financial institutions outside of check cashing institutions. We want to reach out to some folks. So hopefully
Great.
Some of the folks around the table.
Well, great. Well, we thank you so much for the opportunity and for the invitation to be here today and for your time, and look forward to continue working with you. And again, I'm Olivia Calderon with the New America Foundation, and if you want more information on banking development districts and asset building policies, I invite you to check out our website at www.newamerica.net. Thank you.